and we'll be right back. Let's do this. Keep the hype train going. Mega Man. If we're going to do Mega Man 7, we'd have to do Legacy Collection 2, which I don't think I've downloaded in a minute. So this is going to be a very standard run. A Mega Man Marathon would be interesting, but I would need a lot more practice with like every Mega Man past 3. If you think Woodman's funny star, oof, we're only scratching the surface. Wait until Mega Man 3 where we literally have Hardman. Woodman throws leaves at you. Here it is. Let me turn the border off and then we'll switch back to 4x3. Fit to screen. Okay, that's good. No, there isn't a slime, man. Well, the joke's been for a while, like, why didn't Wily make a spiked wall, man? Okay, let me get the box out here so we can actually have this looking okay. Can we get a higher quality one? Yeah, this one's fine. Okay, and now just edit the box art. So there's a reason I usually do this before the stream. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Mega Man 2. No, seriously, the Robot Masters Wily's used over the years are ridiculous. Mega Man 8 had some really silly ones. Spring Man, Clown Man. Mega Man 10 had Sheep Man. There was Dust Man. Pharaoh Man. Skull Man. There are so many stupid ones. Now, there was never an Eggman. That said, I don't actually know what the Robot Masters in Mega Man 11 are. Springman was 7. What Springman is 7? I thought Springman was 8. Clownman was 8. Tengu Man. Shade Man in Mega Man 7. Now, I think the closest you're going to get to that Bane is a Splash Woman in Mega Man 9. Metal Man! There we go. Yeah, Mega Man's probably going to be like another 40 minutes or so. There's Aquaman in 8, I think. Metal Blade. Now we'll go with Woodman. Fucking love Woodman's theme. If you're into Mega Man music, it's worth checking out the Megas. They do fantastic versions of these songs. The Mega Man 2 album, Get Equipped, is amazing. They called this song Carved from Mighty Oak. There was Splash Woman. So the Metal Blades are the most broken weapon in the series. They take very little ammo, very little is immune to them, you can shoot them in 8 directions. Metal Blades are also the weakness for like 3 Robot Masters in this game. I need to get around to Mega Man 11. That's a lot of blue. Watch out for the rabbit. You know, there's only ever been 2 trailers for Smash characters that have got me really hyped. One was the Castlevania trailer that revealed that Simon and Richter were going to be in Smash Ultimate. The other was the Mega Man trailer for Smash 4, which was awesome. And like pulls out metal blades and it's really cool. Woodman! With his leaf shield. Bada bing. Let's go. This is a good baseline. You know, I think I've discussed that with somebody at some point. And while it's a nice idea, I think the big problem is that they're both owned by Activision. And I can see Activision being really pedantic and problematic about the whole thing. Because, like, the company that owns them has to get some money out of it. Damn. I was hoping I wouldn't die until I got to Quickman. And the company that owns them has to get some money out of it, has to get some percentage of profits of some kind. I can see Activision really being dicks about that. Mega Man 2, a game from a time where game developers did not give a fuck about your eyes. Now let's get out of that. We got the second season of Smash that they've announced. The second Fighters Pass, and they've said that all the characters are already decided. And my big problem with that is, like, if they're already... What the fuck happened there? If they're already decided, tell us what they are. It's like, after... Because Smash came out, Smash Ultimate came out, and they had the Fighters Pass there, but like the day it came out, they announced the first DLC character, and it was Joker for Persona 5, and I was like, shit. This is real. This is all going... so I bought the Fighters Pass because, like, if they're starting with Joker, imagine who else is going to come. And then, like, nobody else interested me as much as Joker. And it's like, you know, if you just say what the characters are, like upright, out front. Up front, there you go. Like, that'd just be a way better idea. But as it is, like, I'm not getting the second Fighters Pass until we know all the characters. Oh, you mean... Are you talking about the -1 ninja? Like, Sora is one of the most requested characters, we know that. But Disney is probably going to be a major pain with it. I mean, look at how much of a pain they were with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Almost all of the problems with Infinite's development stemmed from Disney being pricks. Okay, so let's go Airman. I love Airman's theme. So the basic idea of Mega Man is you beat a Robot Master, get the weapon, and then that weapon is the weakness of another Robot Master. The big thing with Mega Man 2 is that so many Robot Masters are weak to Metal Blades. I'm still really disappointed with the, I would talk about Smash characters, the DLC. When the SNK copyright appeared on the Smash website and everyone was getting hyped because an SNK character was coming, and everyone was predicting, like, Terry Bogard or Kyo Kusanagi or possibly Mai Shiranui. And I was really hoping that it'd all be wrong and we'd actually be getting a Metal Slug character. And then we didn't. And it's like, yeah, I get why Terry Bogard, but Metal Slug would have been so cool. You could have had the alternate costumes be the various characters in Metal Slug. Because you know I would have been maining Theo. I should do Metal Slug at some point. I have the anthology. That's Metal Slugs 1 through 6, I think. Come on, there we go. Okay, so Airman is not actually weak to the Metal Blades. He's weak to Leaf Shield. We essentially clog his fan with leaves. Like, he does 3, then jumps over here, but just do that. That easy. And you end up with a weird version of the victory theme because it's still playing. Because the NES has like 4 sound channels. And at least one of the sound channels that's supposed to be used for that music is still playing the Leaf Shield or the Tornado. It's actually not an uncommon thing to see in NES games. Okay, we've got 4 Robot Masters left. I will let you guys pick who the next Robot Master will be. Well, my guess is Dr. Light is just happy that these aren't his robots this time. We got one for Crash Man. One for Flashman. Anybody else? Oh god, we're not talking about that cartoon. That cartoon that had that one crossover episode with Mega Man X. Okay, we've got one for Heat Man, nobody's agreeing. You can like it as a kid. I'm not saying you can't. Streamers call for the final vote. Dr. Wily Man. Oh, we can't get in there yet, Star. Okay, so that I don't insult two of you by picking the other person's Robot Master, I'm going to insult all of you and pick the one that none of you picked. That way you're all equal. It's Quickman. Off we go. Quickman's stage is like the most bullshit in this game. Did we get 2 lives out of that? So the problem with Quickman's stage is these lasers are instant kill. It's the prime directive. You know, I don't think there ever was a snowman. Like, Mega Man 1 has Iceman, and then there's Blizzard Man in one of the later ones. I don't think there's actually a snowman. Okay, so this is the worst part. Because you have to be doing this exactly right, or you're gonna screw it up and die. Then immediately turn to the right. Can't believe I got through that first time. Old man. So because these guys are immune to metal blades, I usually just run through them. So Quickman's weakness is actually Time Stopper that we get from Flashman. But using a full bar of Time Stopper will actually get you halfway through Quickman's health. So the recommendation is actually to use Crash Bombs, which I don't have. Because I didn't think about this when I decided to do Quickman. So yeah, you use Time Stopper, and you can only use Time Stopper all in one go, and so you use all of it against Quickman, and it takes off half his health. But then the real thing you'll actually deal with him with is Crash Bombs. So the fun thing now is, none of these guys are weak to each other. Heatman is weak to Bubble Lead. Flashman is weak to Metal Blade. Crashman is weak to Air Tornado. Quickman is single. You know, there's a joke about that in the Justice League cartoon, where Flash is flirting with fire and he's making out like, yeah, no, I'm the fastest man alive. And then Hawk Girl just walks past and is like, that must be why you can't get a girlfriend. And he's like, shit, are you allowed to say that in a cartoon? Yeah. Oh, metals. No, actually, was that when Flash was flirting with fire? I don't think it was, actually. It might have been just a different point. So the simplest way to deal with this is to use Leaf Shield. I think the difference with that, though, is The Simpsons was always a cartoon meant for a family audience, so it could do stuff that adults would get as well, and it was part of its demographic. Justice League was a kid's cartoon. That said, it's still like one of the best superhero cartoons you'll ever see. The placement of this metal is just dickish. You later, metal. Go for birds. And we're gone. Well, no, South Park still doesn't give a fuck, and, like, I think the reason South Park is allowed to get away with as much as it does is because it was Comedy Central's first big show. Comedy Central's entire network was built on South Park. And it still is responsible for a large portion of their audience. To be fair, South Park is still relevant. Okay, so Crashman will jump whenever you shoot. And you can use that to hit him with Air Tornado. I haven't watched South Park in a while, mostly just because I haven't had the means to. I mean, I've been debating for a little while watching... what's on Netflix? There isn't much on Netflix, but I've been debating watching what it is, because it's stuff that I haven't seen. Oh, that's the wrong button. I love Flashman's theme. Like, Flashman's theme is one of the best in this game. Like, one of the best in this game of standout musical pieces. Last thing I watched on Netflix might have been Castlevania. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, Star. You could name what theme is the ripoff in Sonic 06, and I would not be able to place it for you. I do not remember any of the music from Sonic 06 beyond this world, beyond his world. Ah, damn it. Okay, so the reason I just did the rewind is mostly because I just want to show this platforming bit off. I love how tight Mega Man 2's controls are. And it's worth noting, like, these are ice physics. Yeah, put a link in the Discord if you would, Star. I'll check it out later. Flashman. Another boss weak to Metal Blades. I need to get back to watching Hannibal on Netflix. I started watching it and then just stopped. And it's not because I wasn't enjoying it, because I was. I need to get back to watching it. I was actually looking on there the other day and I saw they got Beetlejuice on there, and I need to sit down and rewatch that. It's been years since I've seen Beetlejuice. It's not even just about the time anymore, is it? It's the motivation. Like, do you sit down and watch something, or do you just sit there and stare at YouTube for the next few hours? So, basically, anytime I play Mega Man 2, I always do Airman before Heatman. Because doing Airman gives you Item 2, and Item 2 essentially negates the worst part of Heatman's stage. You want to talk about perfection in platforming controls? Mega Man 2 the controls are perfect. House of Cards was a series I always debated getting into, but knowing that it has that rushed ending. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Did you guys see that? Can we reproduce that? There you go. What the hell? I want to know who in the Mega Man development team had the fascination with these appearing, disappearing blocks, because they appear in like every game and they are never good. Every time you see them, it's always a case of, oh great, these again. Do I have an item that'll let me skip them? It's like, look at this. Which is why we do Airman stage, to get this, so we can do this. Because honestly, fuck that. The lava is instant kill. Oh, that's a shame. It really is the problem, like, beyond the fact that Kevin Spacey is a scumbag human being, the dude's a fantastic actor. And it really is a shame that he's a scumbag human being. Alright, that's all the Robot Masters. You know what that means. he's been doing it for a while then. Well, I think his response to the allegations more than anything solidified just how much of a scumbag he is. Like, the allegation comes out and he deflects it by announcing that he's gay. It's like, no. Hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? It's not that it's missing the point, it's that he's trying to distract the point. I feel like this short bit is an integral part of the next theme. Fully equipped. Let's do this. So, back when we did the commentaries, we did actually fully record Mega Man 2 as commentary, and it just never went up. And, like, we made a joke about it earlier, that the flashing on the screen is really bad. It was bad enough that I put a warning on the video. So I'm going to warn you guys now. If you are sensitive to that shit, or you're sat in a dark room, when we get to the boss, look away. Or maybe don't have it in full screen. Pay your asshole. On a little bit. There it is. Oh, Sniper Joe. Hate your shield. The thing with that star is it's not even a robot master, it's a giant dragon. And then a robot that's half man, half tank. Was there a boss in Smash TV like that, or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking Total Carnage, actually. There we go. Alright, so we're coming up to the Mecha Dragon. And the background's going to go all black. And like, this is another example of just how tight Mega Man's controls are in this game. The fact that there is no slowing down here, it's just platforming perfection. Okay, so get my quick boomerang. Damn it. Biggest trouble with that fight. Clem, we're at basically the end of Mega Man 2, dude. I was wondering why you were so quiet during this. You're the asshole on TV. Oh, what a time for Jeopardy. Well, at least you're back in time for the seizure. You realise that the Running Man pioneered deepfakes like 20 years before they were a thing? Fucking hell. Like that scene where they have fucking Jesse Ventura kill the fake Arnold Schwarzenegger. We've lost Star. Somebody send a medic. Like, seriously, that's bad. And Guts Dozer is going to be pretty bad too. There we go. Get those E-tanks. You know, that suggests that there is actually a government in these games, Star. Because there doesn't seem to be. Like, you get to Mega Man 3 especially, and Dr. Light's just doing his own shit without any kind of government supervision. Like, the story of Mega Man 3 is like, Dr. Wily has reformed, apparently. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, the story of 3 is that Dr. Wily is apparently reformed, and so he and Dr. Light have teamed up to make a giant peacekeeping robot. I don't think there's any government oversight there. Like, yeah, Wily's arrested in 7, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was arrested by Dr. Light. Like, Mega Man actually doesn't just let him go at the end of 6, which is why he's arrested at the start of 7. Ah, shit. Yeah, basically, chances are Light just had his own prison. I mean, 7 introduced a bunch of things anyway. It's the first one that Auto appeared in. The first one that the shop appeared in. Prisoners never see light. It's like, Mega Man X4 has the suggestion of some kind of government. God, I always forget about this boss. Damn it. X4 has the suggestion of some kind of government that the Repler Force is supposed to serve. Yeah, I should have gone for that health. Well, there's supposed to be other humans, and in Mega Man X, I'm pretty sure Dr. Kane is a human. But by the time of Mega Man 0, humans are extinct. And Mega Man Zero is a world entirely of Reploids. If you pay attention, when those spike pillars come down, you can hear that the, one of the sound channels for the music's disappearing. You hear it? Very common thing to happen in NES games because NES had only like 4 sound channels. I think it's your personal Mega Man lore star. So this boss isn't difficult, the big trouble is not knowing where the next piece is going to come from. Well, it's definitely no Yellow Devil. God damn. It's always the same, but I never memorize it. It's not like the Yellow Devil where I'll memorize the pattern. Did I memorize the pattern for Yellow Devil? I think I memorized it for that one time I did the Wily Wars, because you can't use the pause trick in the Wily Wars. The Alien Wily pattern is really easy because it's just an infinity pattern. I think this is the level with the turret boss. It's made of basically goo. Like yellow goo. Oh, the days before we had Rush Marine. The days before we had Bush. Like, Yellow Devil in original Mega Man isn't too bad if you're using the pause glitch. Yellow Devil in the Wily Wars is a pain in the ass. And it's mostly just because you get 1 hit per cycle. Yeah, I feel like that, because like every Mega Man after this has at least usually one weapon that is kind of a joke, and in this game it's Bubble Lead that isn't really useful for much, but the final boss is required. Oh no, this is Guts Dozer. What am I doing? You got a quick boomerang it. Yeah, there's the whole weird thing throughout the entire series of Wily being weirdly into Guts Man. Yeah, like, with Bubble Lead being a mostly useless weapon, but then it's the only weapon that'll damage the final boss. Well, I play games at night with... If it's at night, I have the lights off, because otherwise the light bulb reflects off the TV. Yeah, the Bubble Lead being mostly useless and is then used as the only weapon that can damage the final boss. They did it again in Mega Man 3, The final form of Gamma is instantly destroyed by Topspin, which is absolute garbage, and a weapon you will never use. But yeah, Wily Steel's Guts, man. Gamma in Mega Man 3 is also very reminiscent of Guts, man. Okay, so here's a point where Bubble Lead actually comes in handy. Because it rolls along the ground. It's essentially the holy water from Castlevania 2 trick. Yeah, it's like one of the only times it's really useful. Not too bad there, but up there is a problem. Because if you do it wrong, you're going into death. Yeah, do I want another E-Tank? Kill the Matul. And then we figure this out. Symbol. What am I doing? I have items for a reason. It's a good track, and it does well of constantly building up. Although this is definitely the stage with the turret boss, which is... Damn it, I jumped off too early. The turret boss is like the worst boss in the series. Fucking hate turret boss. And like the problem is, like we'll get to turret boss. There we go, Woodman. The biggest problem with turret boss is you have to use crash bombs. Nothing else will damage it. And you have just, if you have full ammo for crash bomb, then you have just enough ammo. If you miss a single shot or you go in there with less than full ammo, you can't win. And that to me is like the only point in Mega Man 2 that is outright bad design. Metal Blade can work, but if you're lazy, Leaf Shield's great. The people who don't know or haven't played this game, Leaf Shield only fires when you use a direction. If you don't press a direction, it'll constantly hover around you. Yeah, the Robot Master, all of the Robot Master weapons being useful in different ways is one of the best things about Mega Man 2. And I feel like the only games that come close to matching it are Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 9. It's definitely a problem that the series had for a while of a lot of the weapons are just useless outside of using them as the weaknesses. You're not going to use them in the stages for a lot of them. Okay, boss. I haven't got enough item 3 for this. There's also the case of everything here. Okay, I don't want item 3, I want item 1. Everything here is too much. It causes constant sprite flickering until you destroy something. Damn it. And if you destroy the wrong barrier, then that's it, you've lost. Fucking... Do I have enough of this to do this now? I don't think I do. I don't think I've got enough now. Should have remembered item 1. There's no point in using an E-tank there. I couldn't have won it. Okay. So we need to refill Crash Bomb and item 1. Really despise this boss. Press down to aim at the enemy, and that put me back on the ladder. Yeah, the wall on the right. You are right about that, Clint. I completely forgot about item 1. I was too concerned with crash bombs. The good news is when you die, the walls that you destroyed stay broken. So you can kind of cheese it a little by breaking all the walls, then dying, and then going back in. Damn it. Yeah, when we go back in, the walls will still be destroyed. The ones that we destroyed, anyway. And now I don't have enough to do Relief Shield again. Oh, do I have enough item 2 for this? Nope. And there isn't actually a good spot to grind weapon energy here. My tools, not good for it. This entire thing's... This is bad design, this entire bit. It makes you wonder why they didn't bring back the thing in Mega Man 1 that fully refills everything. It's like, that would have been a good idea. And like, this is the last real barrier. We get this done and we're basically home free. Town Mission 4. I don't remember any of the music from Soliana. But, you know, Sonic 06 is on the list of games that I do want to get done soon. Because I'm a madman. I'm sat here thinking, like, oh no, it's going to be ages before we get to Sonic 06 for the channel. Let's do it for the stream, because that's a good idea. It's like, you know, Sonic 06 is bad. It's infamously bad. But the truly unbearable part of Sonic 06 is Silver. Oh no, I always remember whose idea was this shit, because it's always mine. It's always my idea. There's never anybody else to blame. It's not like you guys are desperately asking for a... You motherfucker. It's not like you guys are desperately asking for a playthrough of Sonic 06. You know, it bothers me that Sonic 06 is like one of three Sonic games on Xbox 360 that isn't backwards compatible on Xbox One. Well, there's the thing, like, Bubsy 3D is boring, is my main thing. Bane wants a playthrough of Sonic 06, but Bane just wants me to suffer. Bane likes to see me get angry. Like, no, like, Sonic 06 is glitchy, it's full of loading screens and everything, but the truly horrible parts of it, in terms of design, are almost entirely relegated to Silver. Also, I'm thinking of coming up with Star Wars names for you all when we get to Star Wars month. Like, everybody's going to have a Star Wars name. Boy, I love it when a Mega Man playthrough comes to a complete stop because of this bullshit. You could be Darth Bane. This entire section here is designed so you're gonna get hit by a metal. You can't possibly jump over it. There we go, health. I guess you could be Padme if you want. Like, my thought with it was like Star Wars versions of your names. You don't want to be bad. You dick. But I had one in mind earlier for myself, and I can't remember what it was. Okay, that should be enough. Chrono given Star Wars name. I feel like we should only have one Darth though. Oh, no, that's right. We don't have enough Leaf Shield. I can't remember what my name was going to be. I had a good one. It was earlier. It wasn't going to be Darth Mecha. Emperor Mechatine? Yeah, I don't know. That's not what I was thinking of earlier. The entire stream is going to be Star Wars themed though for Star Wars month. I'm going to be redoing a bunch of it. Like get the alerts set up for it and everything. Okay. Let's actually go and finish this fucking stage. And get to the boss rush. This Sniper Joe is badly placed. Like, how do you possibly get past this guy without getting hit? No, the raid alert I already set up. Before we had the current raid alert, I did a Star Wars one, and then I changed it to the current Indiana Jones one. And thought, you know, we'll save the Star Wars one for Star Wars month. It's from Attack of the Clones. Yeah, you see the walls are still gone that we broke? It's a good bit of Attack of the Clones, okay? It's suitable, it fits. God, I hope that counts. There we go. Oh, it could do. We've not done it yet. Okay, so here's where we can use item 3 like Clem was saying. Do I have enough for 2? There we go. Okay, now we're past the worst of it. You know, going back through that entire level, I feel like that entire level is bad design. Shit like that is part of the reason why I do prefer Mega Man 3 in some ways. Alright, boss rush. Who do we have first? Heat Man. Bubble Lead. That's health. Number 2. Airman. I don't have fucking... I don't have Leaf Shield left. And Airman is immune to that. Oh, that was worthless and I can't turn it off. I thought that was friggin' Heatman for a minute. Looking at the F, it was like, oh, fire. Right, that's not too bad. Woodman. Getting low on metal blades. Ah, you chunky bastard. Bubble Man. Quick Man. Crash bombs are gone, using a tornado. Crash Man. Not actually having enough air tornado to finish this. Immune. And the biggest trouble here is that Crashman jumps when you shoot him. When you shoot. That's not working. The biggest problem here, more than anything, Ninja, is the lack of weapon refills. That's the only real problem. If we had full on what we need, wouldn't be a problem. Metal Man. You wanna know a secret? So let's do that again so you can actually see what happened, because I should have moved. Metal Man is weak to his own weapon. Kills him in one hit. Flash Man. They make every hit count here. There we go. And now we have Wily Machine number 2. And I'm low on weapons. Damn. How much bubble lead do I have? Oh, we got plenty of. Okay, that's all of that. Quick Boomerang is worthless. And your weapons, you don't get back what you used if you die. Which makes this a real problem, because I've never done this without Metal Blades, because Metal Blades tears through Wily Machine. Out of heat, man. Quick Man is worthless. Guess we're doing the Buster run. Round 2, and the balls get harder to avoid. We'll go for a game over. Do I have to do the boss rush again? Because the game over will refill our weapons. Three hits and you're dead. And this should be our last life. It figures that when I'm streaming it, I'm so low on weapon energy. I'm usually fine with it at this point. Okay. Full weapon energy. We just don't have E-tanks. Heat Man. Air Man. Grab that. Woodman. Like, if you actually have the weapon energy for the right weapons, this is one of the easiest boss rushes. If you don't, that's when it's a problem. Bubble Man. Quick Man. Right, so let's see what Time Stopper actually is. There you go. And it ends up taking off like half the health. And then you want to use crash bombs. Crash Man. If you can get Crash Man with all 3 air tornadoes, I think you can kill him in one shot. Metal Man. So, before we continue, you may remember when at the start screen there's an option of normal and difficult. The only Mega Man game to have a difficulty selection. Difficult is the original Japanese version. And Metal Man is a harder fight in the original Japanese version. Because he takes 2 metal blades to kill. Flash Man. Thanks for your contribution there, Flashman. Alright, now let's see how this goes when it's done properly. In a flash. Ah shit, I don't have E-tanks to deal with this. This is actually still going to be a problem. Reminds me of Mega Man 7. Mega Man 7 is mostly a fairly easy Mega Man game, except for the final fight with Wily. Which is pretty difficult, mostly because Mega Man 7 doesn't have E-tanks. Come on. Look at some of the points it's hitting me at. Like, look at that. Look at that. So I feel like we accomplished something there, and that was seeing that they have bullshit hitboxes. God, doing this without fucking E-tanks. Really makes me miss Sting Chameleon. This is why I never use Heatman's weapon. My hands are getting sweaty now. Okay, you know, if we're going all the way back to the start now. Any suggestions, Clem? I feel like more than anything, the balls that are bouncing balls are making that damn near impossible. It's almost complete. For Wily Machine. If we can get past Wily Machine. That's usually what I do, but I usually have at least one E-Tank to use it, to deal with it, but we don't have any E-Tanks. I've completely fucked up this playthrough. Yeah, if I leave this like this for a little while, you're probably all going to start going crazy because of this really short loop. It's like, the final fights with Wily are always basically meant to be slobber knockers. Just keep going until one of you is dead. The trouble really is when you don't have any E-Tanks. Here you go, Clem. Clem, you were supposed to catch that controller. I can't trust you with anything, Clem. I'm gonna have to take away your VIP privileges. You know, that could be a weird and probably pointless idea for the stream. To have a specific word of the day that I need to work into a sentence without it sounding forced. Reminds me of a bit from one of Dave Chappelle's stand-ups, where he talks about how he's so good at comedy, he doesn't even write jokes anymore, he just writes punchlines and then comes up with the jokes around them. And then proceeds to pull a punchline out of a hat, and then eventually work a joke around it. Alright. Oh, that is a bullshit arrangement. You cannot possibly avoid... Let's look at this again, alright? You can't avoid that. like, pixel perfect jump, maybe? Fucking randomization. Oh no, not Heat Man. Surely he'll be the one to defeat me. Oh, he actually went pretty fast there. Okay, so we're at basically full health. Like, one bit shy, but it's 3 hits to kill us anyway. Yeah, you should do your Mega Man Marathon you were thinking of, Clint. It's like, Bane mentioned it for me before, but like, you were talking about a Mega Man Marathon first. Can we actually avoid this? Like, look at where the hitbox is for this. Look at that. I'm not happy with any of this. Like, why the hitbox is so big? It's not even the usual case of it looks round but the hitbox is a square. Another case of too much going on screen. Everything is flickering too much, so you can't tell when Mega Man's actually invincible. Because you look at that and it looks like so many of those hits should have actually hit me. Maybe I should have just done X instead. Like, Mega Man X is my favourite. It's kind of funny as well, like, Mega Man X is my favourite Mega Man game, but it's also the only Mega Man X game I actually like. That's kind of a strong way of putting it. Mega Man X4's alright, and X5's alright. Alright, so at this point, this is actually pretty simple. Wow, he was an alien the whole time. But yeah, he moves in an infinity pattern. Don't touch him because that'll take off like a third of your health. I think it's a third. The biggest problem here is really learning the arc of Bubble Lad. And also remembering that you can fire more than one shot at a time. If you play the Wily Wars version, the parallax star background is actually going to cause major slowdown because that game is so poorly optimized. I think the hardest thing with 3 is Doc Robot. Like, I never remember the weaknesses for each phase of Doc Robot. Mega Man 1, I can do Mega Man 1 up until the second half of the boss rush, at which point it's just a case of I'm either going to pull it off fairly quickly or I'm going to quit. I love the credits theme here. Mega Man 2's credits theme is fantastic. Have you ever listened to the Megas, Clem? Because like the Megas made this into a one of the songs on the Mega Man 2 album, The Lamentations of a War Machine. It's good stuff. The track for the credits is Lamentation of a War Machine. It is really good. And it's also worth checking out the acoustic version because that is also fantastic. So you might wonder why the Robot Masters have actual names under them, especially when everyone else in the credits has a pseudonym. And that's because, starting with Mega Man 2, the Robot Masters were actually designed by fans. And this is crediting the fans who designed each one. Basically all of them were a contest, and fans could send in their designs for Robot Masters, and they'd choose one, and that would be made into the game. And I think Mega Man 8 is the only one where they accepted Western designs as well. Designs from people in America. They were all basically fan-made after the first game. The only credits sequence I can think of that actually shows pictures of the Robot Masters is Mega Man 3. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't remember anything like that. Because the Robot Masters that we actually see are they're touched up. Fans send the designs, and Capcom's designers touch them up and make them work better for the game. But the only one I can think of where they actually show any pictures with the Robot Masters is Mega Man 3, where they go back through the Robot Masters that Dr. Light created, through the Mega Man 1 Robot Masters, and then to Roll, and then to Rock, and then to reveal the mystery of who Breakman is. So I think before we go for tonight, we're going to take a quick look at
I strongly believe
Mega Man 11.
Albert's research must stop. Light.
We can't build the future on your empty optimism.
Say what you will. I cannot.
Thanks for joining us,
agree to
Ben.
this.
I'll catch you next time, buddy.
Please listen.
No, you listen to this. At every turn, you've ignorantly blocked my research.
Mr. Wiley, control yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Wiley.
I see the committee is in agreement. And so, the department chooses Thomas Light's research into robots with independent thought. Thank you, everyone.
Why are you fools so blind? One day, Light. One day the world will know I was right all along. Bad memories make the worst dreams. A genius of my caliber.
He has skull patterns on his pajamas and a skull on his bed.
Wait. That research from my youth. Yes. Now I'll show you, Light.
Alright, so let's see. I'm not in work tomorrow because of the whole thing, so if you do stream tomorrow, Clem, and I'm not doing anything, I'll come and join you. So, I haven't played Mega Man 11 before. I've not really seen anything of it past the trailer. So the DLC we got was... Yeah, let's have it set to TV. Music. Original, instrumental. We'll stick with original because I don't actually know any of the music. Alright, so let's take a look at Mega Man 11. You know, a lot of hardcore fans would be against this, but I like the difficulty option. Let's go with casual, because we're only taking a casual look at this. Remember when it used to be 2000X and then it became 20XX? Well, if you want to see any of this game, Ninja...
System's nominal. You're in great shape, Blockman.
All thanks to you, Doc. You built me rock solid. Well, I can hear the construction.
You remember when everyone was against Capcom because they wouldn't make a new Mega Man game, and then Keiji Inafune was like, "Don't worry, I'm doing a Kickstarter for a new Mega Man game."
How many checkups are left?
And then Mighty Number 9 had the entire, all the controversy around the all the controversy around the Kickstarter, and then the game itself came out and was really shit in basically every way.
There's no end to him. Doc, how about giving your favorite assistant a break?
That's a good point. Roll, have a break. Oh, she did it for me. Roll's got the fire. Roll has the sass. This is why she was playable in MVC2.
Oh, I ain't a machine. I mean, I am, but still.
Mr. Torchman, please proceed.
I have Mighty Number 9, and I should play it at some point, but like so much of it is... It looks bad.
What on earth? Whoa.
Oh shit, I recognise that sound.
Splendid to see you again, Light.
Wiley.
Doctor, what's going on?
What do you think's going on, Rock?
I'll handle this.
Mega Man.
This is no time for your heroics. I've simply come to give Dr. Light a message.
That's why I broke through the roof.
Kindly be quick about it.
Of course. You see, I recalled some old research. The very invention you so coldly crushed when we were students together.
It's like, it looks bad. From what I've heard, it doesn't play well. And then the voice acting's also really bad. And Mega Man 11 comes along, and it's not Mega Man 9, but it's fine. From everything that I've heard, it's a decent game. It looks better, and it sounds great.
Who was right all along?
And you can bet this game did not have the budget that Mighty Number 9 got in Kickstarter.
Perfect timing. The lot of you will make excellent test subjects.
Whoa! Who are you calling a test subject? Quickly, you must all run and hide.
Speed here.
My robots.
Over here, Light.
That speed. What have you done? Dang it! Nobody blocks Block Man!
Let those robots go, Dr. Wily!
I have a better idea.
So you're going to turn them evil like you've done so many times before.
Genius of Dr. Wily.
Doctor, I'll go after Wily.
Wait, Mega Man! Wily's invention is called the Double Gear System. It's designed to push robots far beyond their normal strength and speed. If he really has completed it, I'm afraid you won't stand a chance.
You're not worth it, Mega Man. You can't do anything.
Can't just let him get away!
Mega Man, I can tell you won't be stopped. Very well.
Let me give you this new weapon. I call it the
This is
X-Buster.
prototype double gear system that Wily developed back at Robot University.
This is the prototype that Wily
Install
developed.
this into your
I stole it.
circuits, You may be able to stop him. But it's dangerous. Double gear places great strain on robot systems.
He threw it on the floor, I picked it up, and I've kept it this whole time.
I want to do this, no matter the cost. Hook me up!
As you wish. The installation will take some time.
Well, that's the thing, like, Dr. Light can totally stop Mega Man because Mega Man doesn't have free will.
The double gear system is fully installed.
Like, that's the entire point of X. X was the first robot with free will.
Go get him, Mega Buddy!
Shut up, Otto.
And remember, your old pal Otto is here to help out.
Mega Man, that dirty Wily won't know what hit him.
Mega Man, you're doing a noble thing. Be careful out there.
Doctor,
Disconnect your ass.
Otto, I'll be back soon.
It's like the free will thing, like, Mega Man X was the first robot that Dr. Light designed with free will. But Proto Man, because he uses a very different reactor that could essentially go off at any time and leave Proto Man dead, the side effect of that is Proto Man has free will. And it's exactly why Proto Man will not have his reactor replaced with a more stable one. Oh, they brought the slide back. They've put Rush Coil on a button. I like that. Like, you just press a button, Rush Coil, bam. That's an interesting idea. Let's get going. Oh, I love that they brought this back. Like the eyes moving. I love that they did this again. Because this was something they did in Mega Man 3 first. And then they just kind of stopped it. There's also the case, like, Dr. Wily was able to move fast enough to kidnap all 8 of these Robot Masters, and then he's reprogrammed them in a way that they couldn't stop. Mega Man was right there, he could have just done it with Mega Man, and then bam, all of his problems solved. Alright, Claim, you're the Mega Man dude. Pick a Robot Master. But pick wisely, because we're only going to do one, and then we're going to call it. A lot of people were against the difficulty options that were added in, I think Mega Man 10. But it's like, not everybody's got the time to learn these games inside and out. Lockman. Does it have the theme? I like it. 10 out of 10. I can use the analog stick or the D-pad. Nice. This looks really nice, actually. I like that they brought the slide back. Rush coil. Oh, this was in the demo? I didn't play the demo. I probably should have. It's an interesting mechanic. And I can see it being something that I completely ignore. Until we get to a point later in the game where I end up having to use it, and then I realise, oh shit, all that trouble I had earlier on in the game could have been completely avoided if I just used this. Yeah, no, I understand that. I only bought this because it was on sale. So I feel like a good example of that kind of thing with me is Metroid Prime 3. Introduces Hyper Mode. And like, I've not finished Prime 3, but in all the time I played Prime 3, I never actually used Hyper Mode. Partly because it costs a full energy tank of health. And like, that immediately is like, to me. Right. Oh, that worked. Is it just me, or does Mega Man's running animation look a little hokey? Oh, wait. Damn. A little, yeah. Damn. There we go. You know what, I like it. Like, the gear system feels actually useful in a good way. The game itself feels pretty good. Damn it. You know, I feel like the whole thing here is, it seems like a bunch of enemies are specifically designed with the gear system in mind, which is a good idea. Like, it's the best way to introduce a new idea like this, to design your game around it. It's like when Mega Man 3 introduced the slide, and basically revolved a lot of level design around it. Crap. There we go. Oh, see you, buddy. Damn. Okay, a little bit of a nitpick. Mega Man crying out when he dies, kind of. I would have loved like a more modern rendition of the classic "Pew Pew Pew" when he dies. But like I say, that's a nitpick. You know, this is fun. I wonder if the higher difficult levels have more enemies. He does have a nice design to it. Definitely agree with that. Like, visually it looks cool. Probably have to use speed gear for them. It's definitely one of the problems with Mega Man being so focused on the NES for so long, and then in 9 and 10 they went back to the NES thing, because it was just so many black backgrounds. There we go again. You know, I do like it when a system like this actually has a useful implementation. I wonder if they brought back Eddie and Beat. Because like Rush is a no-brainer, but Eddie and Beat, I could see them not bringing them back, but I hope they do. Damn. That's a fast reload, I like that. No, this is new. This came out last year, the year before. Damn it. It's like Mega Man remakes. There's the remake of Mega Man 1 on PSP, Mega Man Powered Up, which is pretty good. There's the Wily Wars, which is a Mega Drive compilation of remakes of Mega Man's 1, 2, and 3, which, honestly, you're better off just avoiding overall. They're not great. And there's the PSP remake of Mega Man X, which is Maverick Hunter X, and that's all they've remade. They're the only remakes of the series. This is entirely new. Oh. And this was actually a fairly sizable level. Like, that level actually took quite a bit of time. Alright, block, man. So I remember seeing in the trailer, like, a giant block, man. Oh, there it is. That's a cool gimmick. They're all I'm missing. Oh, Clem, you're trying to lure me into a false sense of security. Come on. Full system. Really is. Too close. No! I was so close. This is fun. I'm liking this.
Make it this far. You're a few bricks short of a load.
I hope this leads to the eventual Mega Man X9 that I've been hoping for years. There we go. I wonder if there's an option to turn Mega Man's voice off. It's like, it's not bothering me at the minute, but I can see it getting irritating. No. I almost did that entire phase without getting hit once. Oh, it's not over? That's nasty. Please stop. Please stop. Fuck, man, please stop. I like this. This is good. If I was playing on normal difficulty, that would have probably not have ended with me winning. Like, I would not have had enough time then to really learn the pattern before I died on normal mode. Okay. That's nice. I like that. You get to test it out. Yeah, it's a cool idea letting you test it out. Oh, we'll have to continue with this sometime. But like, one thing I do like with the difficulty selection, especially, is going on to an easier difficulty so that you have the leeway to make mistakes, giving you the chance to learn the patterns. Because like, once I learned the pattern for Giant Block Man, I got hit twice after that because I screwed up. But I had the pattern down for Giant Block Man, giving you the leeway to take the hits. Oh, they do have Beaten Eddie. Huh. Who knows, maybe we'll do a full stream of this some point, because this is fun. I like this. And it's nice to have a new Mega Man game after so long. Who the fuck is Question Bot now? What if it's Proto Man? Like, one thing I did really like about Mega Man 9 and 10 was that in 9 with DLC you could play as Proto Man and Bass. In 10 with DLC you could play as Bass, because Proto Man was playable in the actual game. I love that. It's one thing that Mega Man Powered Up, the PSP remake of the original, did really well. If you beat any Robot Master that you beat in the PSP remake with just the Buster, you can then play as, which is really cool. It incentivized beating them with the Buster. And you could also play as Roll. Like, this was fun. I want to come back to this at some point. Well, let me take a look at the list of stuff we've got. I'm not sure what we'll come back with. But that is going to do it for tonight's stream. We finished the Castlevania Marathon and had some fun with Mega Man. Mega Man 11, I'm very happy with this. Like, is it going to be as good as some of the classics? I don't know, but I feel like the problem with a lot of stuff like this is constantly comparing them. Like, is Twilight Princess as good as Ocarina of Time? Does it need to be? Can it stand up on its own is the better question. And so far, Mega Man 11 is fun, and I'm happy with it. Thank you, Clint. And with that, that's the end of tonight's stream. I want to thank everybody who joined me. A big special thank you to everybody in the chat. That's Bane, Klim, Ninja, Star joined at some point. Teak is playing Dragon Warrior with a bunch of people. A bunch of people are in Teak's stream. So I don't think we're going to go bother him. But if you... Like, Ninja already knows, but if you want to check him out, Klim, he's doing Dragon Warrior 3, but he's pretty far into it now. But Teak's a cool streamer. There's a reason he's on the list of streamers on the Discord. We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have another stream tomorrow. Same time, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time GMT. Where we'll be starting something new. I don't know what it is, but I'm aiming for a blind playthrough. Something that I haven't played before. Orange stream all in the air. I'll probably make tomorrow's stream shorter than today's, but we'll be back tomorrow. Let's keep the hype train going. As long as you guys are willing to watch, I'll be willing to stream. Not like I got anything else to do. I say that, I'm doing the Let's Play stuff in the day. I'm really just rendering stuff at this point. Because I've got a load of parts that need rendering. And rendering at 1080p 60 FPS for Astral Chain takes fucking ages. Like an hour and a half per part. There's like, yeah, like 25-minute part, an hour and a half to render at 1080p 60. That's a good point. The interaction is a very good point. Because I don't really interact much during the day anyway. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying the streams. And with the end of the Castlevania Marathon, we'll be moving on to something else. We might start alternating stuff again so we can mix it up. But once again, I want to thank everybody who joined the stream. Big special thank you. To everybody in the chat. Thank you to Darius Belmont who followed us today. Thank you so much for that. I'm back tomorrow, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time GMT, and with that, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. I'll catch you next time, guys.